Good afternoon. We're going to feature First Solar. They had a analyst day. And what is an analyst day? An analyst day is where the company meets with people who are going to ask questions and they're going to discuss everything about it. What does that mean? It means all the financials. What do things look like? So the Q4 earnings release, the company guidance for the first quarter 2013 as follows. Net sales of 650 million to 750 million. Capital IQ consensus was for 701 million. So that's the net sales, 650 to 750 million. Gross margins are 25 to 27%. The OPEX is what I call it, OPEX of 90 to 100 million. Operating income, that's the income, the operating income of 70 to 100 million. Tax rate between 11% 13%. EPS of 70 to 90 per full diluted share. Fully diluted, meaning that it's fully diluted. Capital IQ consensus was for 0.84. So there's the ranges to that. Cash flow from operations of 0 to 100 million. CapEx of 80 to 100 million. Wow. So basically, this is what First Solar was discussing through their analyst day and from their earnings reporting session. They were up at the very high here. We can see that the high was $41 and the low was $26. This is a 60-minute chart, and once again, it's an example of what an analyst day can do and or projected forward-looking earnings guidance can do, and the kind of price volatility that it can create. The bar right here is when the news hit. So if you didn't have a news wire, you weren't going to get the news, period. So, and at that time, there were several different headlines coming out. First Solar at Analyst Day says trying to maintain strength of balance sheet, expects to increase net cash position over the next 2 years, says we'll be looking at alternative uses for capital, but strength of the balance sheet remains top priority. Well, I would imagine that it would. And at the time of that headline, it was trading at 38.75, up 11.78 on the day. Once again, if you want to learn how to trade earnings and headlines events, these are the kind of price examples that you're going to find, providing that you have a news alert service. And one thing about the solar stocks, hey, this used to trade well above $170, well above there at one time. And I just want everyone to see here what that 60-minute breakout news and how powerful of not missing any news on these solar stocks. We don't cover them much lately. Yes, we used to do a lot of trades with First Solar, but that's when First Solar was trading, like I said, $140 higher than here, and we were selling short for it to go down. And we have seen where the solar stocks have caught in a bid now based on this news. There is a broader group of those stocks. First Solar used to be the leadership out of all of the solar stocks, just so people have a little history. And you can find many more FSLR trading videos. Where would you find those? Well, we can clearly show you where you would find them. You are going to find them at stockmarketfunding.com. And why do I say that? Because there you're going to find an archive history that you're welcome to use. And we have some coverage, I believe, in First Solar in here. And how do you do that? You can go to the menus here. You can go to trading videos. You can go to stocks, index videos, options, trading education. Got all kinds of things to choose from. What I would recommend is that you type in FSLR in the search box and see if the search box will bring up, you know, lots of trades. We have covered First Solar. There are symbols and trades, and you click down here and you can get a lot of previous analysis on First Solar. One thing about stockmarketfunding.com, we do cover it, and you can get past performance histories of what we did with the stock. Today, we were working on a lot of stuff, and this 60-minute breakout bar, the time for that was 4/9 of 2013 at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. When that information hit that news wire, you can see the kind of move that you can get in these names. But if you don't get the news, you're not going to get the move in First Solar. Okay? So we do have an updated report on First Solar and what the event was and what the 60-minute chart was. I'm going to conclude it on 4/9 of 2013 of 1:33 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will leave everyone with this note. It was a very big shorts on the stock for a very, very, very long time because of the failing solar model that's used in what people thought would be but didn't turn out to be. So the conclusion is First Solar, big short squeeze, intraday headlines, learn how to trade them, sign up at stockmarketfunding.com. Each one of these lines are $3.56. It's a 60-minute chart. You can see how accurate they were, and you can see what the news can do to a stock. And you had a $12.59 move from the intraday low of the name. Okay? And this is just the after hours part of it, but you had a range of 14.24, okay, with a low of 26.76 and an open of 27.14. That's the headline event.